So now we know where everything lives in the editor. Let's start with our first bit of code. So we've got a new project. All we have is Scratch the cat, just one object in the game. And we're going to add some code blocks just to get the cat to move around to begin with. If we look over here on the left hand side, we can see all of the possible code blocks we can use. And there's quite a few, and it can be a bit overwhelming when you're first getting started. But we're going to break these down, just start with some simple ones that you'll tend to use quite often. You'll notice most of the blocks are different colours, and this is to do with what category that they've come from. So here we can see all the blue ones are to do with motion or movement, and then all these purple ones come from the looks, how the character looks, basically. Not only are they different colours, they are different shapes. So most of them tend to have a little indent thing at the top and a little sticky out thing at the bottom. And that's because they sort of stack together when we move two blocks that work. You'll get a little shadow thing, and you can make a long list like that. However, these won't run on their own. You need a special sort of block on the top. And we can find a really common one in events. And it's this one here. You'll see it is a different shape. That instead of having a little indent, it's got this circle thing. So this is a starter block. And if we read it, it says when green flag clicked. So basically when the game starts, it's actually going to move 30 steps in all because we do this 3 times. So I'm just going to click the green flag. And we see our cat moves across the screen like that. Another starting block we might use is the one just underneath it. So I'll bring it onto the screen. It says when space key pressed. We'll see there's a little arrow, so this is a drop down menu, and we can see a list of all the different arrow keys we can pick. We're going to leave space for now, and let's go back to motion and just grab this one, which is rotate, this little arrow here, 15 degrees to the right. So now I'm going to click the space bar and the cat starts rotating. You see anywhere with a white circle here, these will actually let you type in different numbers. Like that, and we can see how that affects the game there. Sometimes we don't want a event to only happen once, sometimes we want it to repeat throughout the whole game, and for that we'll want to use something called the forever loop, and you'll find it down here in control, so just below the event section in control. This one here called the forever loop, and let's just drag one inside. You'll see this is a much different shape to all of the others. It's got a bit at the top and a bit at the bottom, and then an area underneath. And it actually lets us drag as many blocks inside this. Anything inside this is going to run forever, as long as the game runs. So let's just link this to our start block here, and let's do green flag. And as you can see, it's now spinning over and over and over again throughout the game. So, best way to learn with Scratch is to just experiment. It's impossible to break the game. It might act in weird ways. But I'd say just go through these one at a time and just experiment. Just see what they do. Have some fun.